So this is coming back to an old series that I started a while ago on YouTube, where the premise is you are speed running, building a whole game. Now initially I did it with small board games, so think like 18 card games, and the idea was that you would have a bunch of stock art picked out, you would make all the cards in the game, and you would make a rule book, and then you would stop the timer, right? Now with this, I want to try and make a one-page tabletop role-playing game, which is slightly different, but I figure out it's probably a good time to come in, introduce the concept, and then go over some rules and stuff like that. Get this out of the way. So let's just paint. That might get annoying. I'm gonna put that. So first thing, excuse me, that's in white. It's very unhelpful. Okay. Game Design Speedrun rules. Are you kidding? There you go. You just hate me, don't you? I'm gonna turn that down because that'll get really annoying really fast if it keeps doing that. Okay. So, I'll move it over a little bit. First thing, game must be playable, but doesn't necessarily have to be play tested. Obviously, we're building something. We're not getting something to market, right? So for it to be playable, that means it must have stuff. Excuse me. It must have stuff like. Must have something like win condition. So if it's a one-player, one-page tabletop role-playing game, you need to know how you win. Same as the board game, same as a lot of things. You need to know what your player goal is, some sort of theme or story, and then like a mechanical way that players interact. Mechanical way that players interact with the game. So, for example, Dungeons and Dragons, the way that players mechanically interact with the game is through rolling dice. The dice says you must be this tall to ride, and you throw the dice, and the dice says, yes, I succeed, I get to do the damage or whatever. And so this must have the same thing. The player must have a way to interact with the game. And the game says it's a success if it's this, if it's not a success, it's this. I think that we obviously don't want to be more than one page. It probably doesn't need to be a whole page. But I've got to, like if I'm drawing any tables, if I'm doing any stuff like that, I have to draw it myself. Like all the text I can put in, that's fine. I obviously don't have to illustrate anything for it because like it'll be a stick figure to save time or speedrun or whatever. So just text is fine. Just text / tables is fine. Just one page PDF. That's probably good enough. Yeah, I can't think of what the main proviso for the board game one that I did initially was that you could spend as much time as you wanted getting all of the stock art in advance, where you would grab, like for example, I found a series of art pieces that was all different fruit, and so I'll grab all the ones that this artist did of the stock art of this particular type, and then I prepare it so that all I have to do is drag and drop it into the game, into the different cards or whatever that I'm making, and so that when when you're doing that, you really don't know what what it's going to be, what the game is. You might have some ideas about what you want to do or whatever. You're thinking about game design all the time. But it's not like real prep time. And you still then have to go and mechanically build it, you know? So I think this is fine. I have to keep in mind that my camera is going to be in front of some of it. So I might rotate these. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to save. I'm going to close that. Now. New. International paper A4. Okay, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so first thing, there's a T, Tabletop Rpg. I've been thinking about stuff lately, and I thought it would be really cool to find a way to arbitrarily use something that wasn't dice to manage a tabletop role-playing game. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing here. Let's make this bigger. And I'm going to make this smaller again. So, what's our goal going to be? Well, I have no idea. God damn. So, I guess, mechanically, the idea that I've been thinking about recently was rather than rolling dice, you open up Twitch TV and you are finding something that is countable to be able to use as a pseudo dice roller, right? So for example, you would go, okay, I need to roll something between 1 and 100. I would go open up a Fortnite stream, and how close someone is to victory would be that 1 to 100, you know? And then like all your results is like a lower is better or whatever, something like that. But then we need to make that match thematically. So let's do something like what is you the player? So let's make a list of stuff we need to make. You the player are rolling dice using Twitch.tv. Actually, let's expand on that. So we've got 1 to 100. Something like Fortnite. We can go like 1 to 20 is something like a kill-death ratio game like Valorant works really well for that. Then we can get. Oh, you can't even see that. It's off the screen. I'm typing stuff behind my camera. 1 to 20 is like that, and we can find stuff that's like 50-50, where if people are doing oh yeah, so the 50-50 is you play odds or evens with a viewer count. Now this might be for free if you are like, oh, odds, and then you like literally scroll down and pick someone that's got only 1 viewer like me. But if you add constraints to it, like it has to be the top one in a channel or something like that. Okay, so this particular section was really all I had been thinking about so far, all I had really pre-planned. So let's say you the player are a content creator, right? And you are I want to split these up. Let's cut this. Leave that on my clipboard for now. Let's start with the story. You the player. Yeah, you. On Twitch TV. You the player are a content creator. You are trying to make an extension that helps you engage with chat and organically create content, right? So I'm thinking of something along the lines of Germa's Dollhouse, where it's like, chat, you get to tell me what I'm gonna do, alright? So I'm thinking we do something similar to that, where it's going to be like you are trying to identify things, maybe in your house or something that you have on your computer that you can do that will be entertaining or will be interesting, right? And I guess if the intention is like this, then you could be playing it as one player, but you could have an audience, and the audience itself works as a sort of randomization aspect, which is kind of like, for example, in Cards Against Humanity, you pitch your best joke using your shitty 2 cards, and then the arbitrator selects the funniest answer or whatever. This could be the same sort of thing. You roll all of your answers, you show you're working, and you do your best to build whatever the thing is that you think will be good. You build a pitch, and then chat rates it out of 5 or whatever, and chat chooses whether or not you have succeeded or failed, in the same way that a dungeon master would be like, yeah, you do the stupid thing, it ends stupidly, or you came up with a clever idea, then yes, it is a success. So we need to make steps. So I think running through a series of tables might work. We could also have a stat block. A stat block could work. So if I get a rectangle tool, this one. So let's go like this. Ignore my terrible Photoshop skills. I'm trying to make this look semi-legit. I'm just like eyeballing. Pretty sure there isn't a grid function, unless if I want to set up guides. I don't really want to set up guides. So like, I'm just gonna make it look shitty. So I guess it's fine. It doesn't have to look too sexy. Big rectangle in the middle. This is my attempt at a grid. Okay, whatever, it looks fine. So we're gonna make 3 of these. Okay. I'm gonna move this down. Actually, I can just go. Here you go. You have 3 stats. They are, I don't know, it's like entertainment value. I guess I could split it up like this, and then move them down. Not that one. Move it down so I've got space for the text. It's like half the page already, which means I'm not gonna have like enough to fit the whole game, so I might lower my footing. No, enter. Okay, you have 3 stats. Bring this up. These. I might make it smaller. So I can do it like this. Okay. Entertainment value. And you've got 2 other things. I don't know. I mean, we can make it more thematical. So you are this pog. You collect this much clout, and you show up on LSF this many times. Okay, so POG is your measure of success. If you are, how many bricks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you are 10 POG, you win the game. Collecting clout makes it easier for you to be POG, and the more times you show up on LSF, the worse you are, right? Like, it's trying to keep things very simple, right? So these things will change based on what you're doing, or will enhance stuff. So think about it, if you're making a melee attack in Dungeons and Dragons, your strength value might make that easier or harder, right? Something like that. So I might actually move these over here and put an aside for what like the details are. And track to win the game. So our goal is to be POG as fuck, basically. To build your, it's gonna need a new line, your reputation as a big streamer. Or whatever, to get the attention of the public, or something, I don't know. Live stream fail by, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it without literally naming it again. Failing tasks and embarrassing yourself. Okay. So I guess you could check victories by scanning emotes in the chat, right? So the game uses the random number system to determine something that you would be doing that would be content. And when you do it, then chat then decides whether or not you've succeeded, which is sort of like the DM presents you with a problem, you describe to the DM how you would solve a problem, and then the DM goes, yes, that would work, no, that wouldn't work, or roll to see if that would work, or something like that, where the difference is that chat goes, yeah, this is cool content, no, this is not cool content, right? Which I think is interesting in itself. So these are now the things we have to build into the game that are, it's kind of like a red, yellow, green, or red, green, yellow, sort of. So as you'd be playing, you'd be filling in the boxes as you earn each of these different things, right? So now I have half a page. Okay. And I want to make more tables. I don't like making tables. Okay. So this is going to be like different categories, different things that you need to be able to randomly choose from in order to create basically what is a challenge for you, the character, the streamer, the whatever, you know. I feel like this didn't feel very good, but I'm trying to make a stream that helps you engage with chat and organically create content. You have 3 stats: POG, Clout, and LSF. So we need something. Let's make a table. Let's make a table. So let's go. Well, actually, no. I wanted to get. What I want to do is get like a smaller one. It looks horrible. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. I could like use Excel and screenshot it. Remind me for next time to save time. That's what I'm gonna do. My boxes are uneven. I can adjust. I guess I can just move it as I put the text in there also. It's kind of handy. Or whatever. So here, so now it's different. So we're gonna go numbers, right? We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. It's gonna look so messy. 6. Also, I've literally never made one of these before. I don't know how relevant that's going to be. 7. Let's put these in a group and then copy the group so I can make another one. And then grab my down margin, put that back here to 14, and we're gonna like go to 20, I guess. $12, 13, 14, and again, just kind of what I had in mind. So this is going to be looking at our 1 to 20 kind of a thing. Except it's going to be like a 21, I guess. 15. Brain lag. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. So let's grab this. These also. So I have a little bit of space. Okay, I guess this is going to be like the whole thing. So, okay. So, I'm going to use Valorant because that's a content that I like. Your favorite. I'm going to put it in square brackets so they can change whatever they want. Favorite Valorant. Streamers. Twitch. Channel. The number of kills that they have is your roll result. Now there's going to be awkward dead time where they're not in a game, they're in a lobby, or the game's just started, at which it will be 0, and we have no 0 option. So maybe I should change 21 to be a 0. That makes more sense. Okay, the number of kills that they have is your roll results. So let me grab all of this. We're going to move it back up, save some space. I should have put like a line in here, but kind of eyeballing it and it seems okay. Okay, so we now need to come up with content that will go in these boxes, right? So we could do that last. Type chat decides. By watching what emotes chat is spamming. Determine if your content is it's either popping off or deserves front page of LSF. I assume a dead chat like mine means that you don't get anything. I don't know. I feel like this, you have to be a certain certain level of content creator to actually have chat do something in such a way that you could measure the metric of the game. I guess that's the whole problem with it. So whenever you complete a stream content segment, determine whether chat is excited, and if so, gain shade 1 cloud box. If chat is instead cringing really hard, I already said instead. +1 plus up. So we now need to find a way to filter it back into itself, right? So we know what our things are we're trying to receive. We know what we are going to be doing to be getting them. That's our content. And then chat decides whether it's cloud or LSF, right? And then if chat picks one or the other, right, that will increase. But then we need to find a way to turn these two stats into POG, right? So we might have, look at that, colors. That could work. Okay, so you're building streaks, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of like you're building a brand name, right? Like, if you toggle wildly from being one or the other, it's more difficult for people to connect with specifically the essence of what you are, right? Whereas if you are constantly doing one particular type of stream, you'll be building an audience that enjoys that particular type of thing. So we could make it that Cloud and LSF have a color, and whenever you complete content of a particular type and your thing is this many, so that would mean that certain tasks would succeed at certain amounts. Okay, So what I might do is I'll open up this, get this. I'm gonna just put in a quick 1 to 10 in here. What the hell did I just do? Okay. If I wanted it to look neat, I would get a guideline. But this is a speed run, not but the smart object, and let's copy it. I have 2 rows of wonky numbers. Okay. So each content is going to have this is the content, and a color and a number, I guess. So I grab all of this, I grab chat the sides, and I get by watching what emotes is being spammed in chat. Shit. I'm gonna give myself more space here. But I need to grab these 3 and move these back up. Okay. Okay, so far so good. Open up. Okay. When performing content of a matching color type, if the threshold is met, gain +1 pop. For example, if chat determines a matching LSF stream to be in fact LSF worthy, right? You are building your brand and gain +1 pog. Such a stupid concept, but I think it's funny. So we now need to color code clout and LSF. So we're gonna just like paintbrush up in here. It's gonna look gorgeous. Let's get like a ready color. Yep. I'm gonna add a new layer, and the layer is gonna be slightly transparent, and also underneath it. I don't know. So I can go like this. I actually really hate that color. It's getting more red. Yeah. Just change my mind what color I want stuff to be. Okay. Yeah, paintbrush. Okay, and then like a green for Pog, because Pog is winning the game. Green is good. Pog is what you want. Okay. Now here's a fun thought. So check the sides, Losing the game. Here's where we go from it being just a grind to get to the end, where you're like, oh, the more content I make, I can't lose, right? Where now you can lose the game by reaching, if you gain 10 clout or 10 LSF points, you lose the game as you become renowned as a clout goblin or just, you know, non-stop cringe poster. which ruins your brain. You get cancelled. That's what happens. I actually have space left if I want to add something else. But okay, now I need to put stuff in it, and then arbitrarily choose if I think it's if it's cringe or it's not. So no, this is not intended to offend anybody that makes any of these kinds of content. I'm literally gonna put in whatever, and then I'm gonna pick whatever it's gonna be. I'm probably just gonna go blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, and then just like put in as many content things as I can think of. So start off with the obvious number one, hot tub stream. I'm gonna go cooking stream. Probably don't need to put, you know, stream at the end of every single one of them, but I'm trying to be as thematic as possible, right? Then we've got Among Us. Trying to think of stuff that's been like really popular. And like actually, I can research this. I don't have to make everything up on my own. I can just literally look. Can you stop playing my own stream to me? Oh yeah, live react. Live react. So that's like actually farming other streamers for content. Other streamers. Okay. I'm just gonna put Riot Games, because that's League of Legends and Valorant and all those other things that they make. Categories we think you'll like. They're all basically the same thing. Just chatting. That works. Okay. Speedrunning. Cringe. Okay. I'm like literally just scrolling the front page of Twitch, and it's like stuff I've mentioned already. Ooh, subathon? I don't know if that in itself is content. Music production. Is this just turning into like a huge self-owned? I'm gonna put story time, where it's like, hey, it's like sort of like just chatting, but I came here with the intention of telling you a particular story. So farming other streamers is gonna be like opening up their stream and seeing what they're doing and commenting on it. I'm gonna put collabs, which I think is different, which is like Ludwig shows up at my house and he's like, hey, let's, you know, shave an eyebrow or drink hot sauce or wax your legs or something. I don't know what that guy does in his free time. Show more channels you think I'd like. I'm seeing all the same stuff. Okay. IRL. Yeah. Oh, and then like mail stream, like opening mail. Opening mail. I should just like actually just scroll through LSF and be like, what made it on here? I'm really struggling to come up with 20 different things. I really am. I'm even using Twitch. Browse tags, surely. Creative. So stuff in creative I haven't made. Oh, like cosplay. Sick. Painting. This could be digital or physical. It's fine. It's fine. VTuber content. Okay. Yeah, opening up browse tags. Genius idea. Software game development. Hello. Game development. Should have put that. Should have put that as my category. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. What IRL categories are there? Because I can't just put. Well, I guess IRL and hot tub. He reckons it's two different things. ASMR is a category. Okay. Special events. Politics. Political commentary, I think. Commentary. Let's pretend I spell everything right all the time. Sports. Do I just put like generically sports? But like if you roll a 0, you're stun locked. You're just like standing there awkwardly the whole time. Alright. So arbitrarily some of these things are going to be cringe and some of these things are not. Based on what people think. But it's not the same color. Huh? Why can't I? That's an eraser. So it's been decided. Live React is cringe. Riot Games is cringe. Subathons are cringe. A bit awkward. I feel like Storytime is me reaching. All IRL streams are cringe. We don't want to see you out there being outside. We want to see you losing at video games. Game development is cringe. Oh, fuck. It's okay, I'm allowed to insult other people. I just absolutely self-owned myself. Alright. But apparently hot tub streams and Among Us is still gas. Oops. Probably could have done things a little differently, but that's okay. It's supposed to be random. But I think Stunlock should be additionally cringe. I don't think you should get a free pass on that. Or maybe it just doesn't get you anything. Maybe you're just like, ugh, and then chat's like, you're cringe. I guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so quick rundown of the game. You are a content creator, you're trying to make a stream that pops off. You have 3 stats. Pog, Clout, LSF. If you're super Pog, you're a great streamer, you've achieved your goals, you're a big success. Collecting Clout will help you earn a reputation as a big streamer, and showing up on LSF a lot will make you more popular and be noticed, but you'll be kind of cringe. Open up your favorite streamer's channel, and then based on what they roll, which it could be literally anything that counts 1 to 20. I picked Valorant because and I feel like any number that doesn't show up on the 1 to 20 is 0, you're stun locked. So if you pick something that's not going to be in that range, you've messed up, right? And then when performing content of a matching color type, when a threshold is met, you get 1 pog. So if I'm speedrunning and chat thinks it's gas, stream's popping off, I would get +1 clout. And then I need to add another number where if I have, let's say I have 5 clout, then I would get 1 pog. So I think I just randomly assign a number to each of these things, which is like the pog threshold, right? And I might put that number in green, so it's like really obvious. So this is a low number. Is that? Can you even read that? Oh, let's not do that. Let's just do it in black. But I'm gonna put a title for it. do it in black. Let's throw it right off the page. Okay. So I guess the number's going to be a random number between 2 and 5, alright? But like most of the time, 2, I guess. Like the higher these numbers are, the more difficult it is. I'm trying to keep it random. The more 2s there are, the easier it is to collect Pog, and you want people to feel like they're actually progressing with the game. So more 2s is better, I think. Okay, glad I went back through it because I almost missed a bit. So open up your favorite streamer Switch channel and then use that to randomly roll a number. That number rolled will give you the content type that you're going to be streaming today. If the threshold is met, gain 1 Pog. So the way the threshold works is that if I'm doing a hot tub stream, if I have 2 clout, I will get Pog, right? If I'm doing a subathon, if I have 5 LSF, I get Pog. Yeah, but it has to be of the matching type. Also, yeah, so, and then if I'm doing an LSF category and chat thinks it's poppin', I don't get anything. If I'm doing an LSF category and chat thinks it's cringe, then I get LSF points, right? So you have to intentionally cringy subathon. Just imagining what their content looks like is kind of hilarious. So chat decides whether or not you are popping or you are cringe by the emotes that they're posting. And that's kind of arbitrary, but you as the player would have to figure out how you want that to be. And then, let's say, I already said the victory condition up here, haven't I? I guess I can reiterate. So, winning or losing the game. Winning or losing the game. If you get 10 clout or 10 LSF, you lose the game. Your reputation is bad, you're not Pog enough, so pop off. And it ruins your brand. To win the game, you must reach 10 Pog, at which point you're goated, basically. Okay, and then I think that's everything we need. Not only is it I'm gonna stop the timer. Not only is it a 1-page role-playing game, but it uses Twitch as the engine that you play it. It uses Twitch to randomly generate numbers. It uses Twitch to check if you win or succeed. If you win or succeed, yeah, or fail. And it provides you with tasks to complete and things that you do, which interacts with your Twitch channel. So it's like self-referential. And that's it, that's the game. And 42 minutes. 42 minutes to come up with the whole thing. The hardest part is coming up with the content categories. But yeah, so that's the whole idea, right? It's a lot of the ways that I like to create games and work on stuff like this is using a constraint, and it works kind of like a haiku, right? When you're making a haiku, you know you have a limited number of syllables to convey a message that you are trying to get across, a mood or a feeling or whatever, right? When you're doing stuff like this, ordinarily you're wandering around life, daydreaming about different stuff, like what if Elden Ring had more waifus or whatever, and then that might inspire you to create a game. Or it gives you little bits and pieces. You'll be like, oh, what if this thing had this little bit? Or like I was thinking about before, what if you're using Twitch as a way to randomly generate numbers based on what channel you open, or what's recommended in the categories and stuff like that. which I thought would be a really cool way to use that. Instead, now what we've got is something that does kind of do that, something that was made for and then inspired by at the same time. And because I'm on the timer, I'm like, okay, I've got to grab whatever I can. I'll open up Twitch and actually see what's on there. Or, you know what I mean? I've never actually made a one-page RPG before, so this is based on one that I saw recently. Similar kind of concept, except it was like there's a task that you can do once you've got a certain amount of the top category, and you like roll a d6, and it's like 1 to 2 is like a really huge fail, 3 to 4 is like things are okay, but like it's like an unhappy ending, like the like 1 to 2 is like a sad ending, and then like 5 and 6 is like the happy ending or whatever, which I didn't really want to do here. I wanted to make it more related to Twitch and how Twitch works. But yeah, that's it. If you thought this was a cool concept, if you like this, make sure you let me know. I do want to be doing more design speedrun content like this. I think it's a really cool concept. I think speedrunning is a really interesting way to encourage you to be doing stuff in itself. But yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you thought this was kind of cool. But I'll catch you all later.